Welcome back. So in this video, I am going to discuss with you how to treat Vata. If you've identified with being a Vata, then this video is going to teach you about things that you can do to keep Vata balanced, to keep Vata, happy and creative and moving at just the right rate. So the major qualities of Vata are lightness, so light frame, light emotions, light appetite, light sleep, dryness, skin, hair, nails, colon, meaning with constipation or skipping days. Mobility, this is when we start to, Vata is about movement, but when Vata goes out of balance, it moves really, really quickly. So how do we slow things down? How do we create regular routines? And coldness, Vatas tend to run cold because of their thin skin and their circulation, particularly their peripheral circulation, tends to be not the best. So how do we treat all of these things and keep these amazing qualities in check? The first thing is we need to create regular routines. And so with a Vata, we want to create regular routines around sleep, food, exercise, and energy expenditure. Vatas are really good at doing a lot, but not very good at conserving. So as far as, going to bed and waking up, you want to try and create a consistent waking up time and a consistent going to bed time within half an hour to an hour. Because Vatas, you guys tend to be the dramatic and the imaginative types, the ones that, don't really have a 9-to-5 job. You may not be going to bed at 10 or 11, you might go to bed at 12, but I want that to stay consistent. So within a week, you don't want to go to bed one night at 10, one at 11, one at 1, one at 2. Keep that consistency because the body operates on a clock. It operates on these circadian rhythms. You can create regularity and you can train your body to get tired, to wake up without an alarm clock. So regular sleep routines. And we know that what sleep does is it nourishes the body. This is the time when the body is repairing itself. It brings down inflammation. It's going to keep your weight in check. And guess what? Good sleep means good, healthy IQ. And who doesn't want that? So we're keeping these regular routines and practices around sleep. We also want to have regular meal times. This is fundamental. So here we have someone with a light appetite. So they only need small amounts of food. It doesn't, like half a cup or a cup, but we want to eat at regular intervals. And that means, once again, you can train the body to get hungry. Small breakfast, some poached fruit, half a cup of oatmeal, some kind of warm, unctuous grain. You can put, some nut butter in there, throw a little bit of ginger, a little bit of cinnamon to spice it up. And you have this wonderful meal that is warm, that is unctuous, that's going to warm you up from the inside. Drink some ginger tea, throw a little bit of cinnamon in there as well. And now you're stoking the fire, you're keeping everything working well. And long term, it's going to have a lovely effect on your elimination as well. So small breakfast, you may want to have snacks throughout the day, 4 to 6. Just allow enough time between meals. We've been taught to graze. We're not cattle. We need to allow enough time between eating. We need to allow the body to digest that food before we consume more food. The quality of the food that you eat has got to be cooked. It has to be warm. It has to have an unctuousness, so you want to have, some fat in it. Fat has these lovely qualities in that it lubricates the body. It kind of makes everything waterproof. It warms the body. It has a satiating effect. It has a calming effect. And that means that not only is it going to have a calming effect on you internally, but it's also going to have a calming effect on your nervous system. So then as far as the types of foods that you choose, root vegetables, grains like rice, quinoa, wheat, sweet potatoes, any kind of root vegetable that you like, soups, stews, cooked vegetables. Please avoid frozen foods, frozen drinks, iced coffees, anything with ice in it, anything that's cold. Remember, in the Ayurvedic paradigm, like increases like. So if you run cold and then you eat cold foods, you're going to increase the level of coldness in your body. But if you eat warm foods, now, this is Ruby the Wonder Hound. She's my baby. She sits next to her mom. If you eat warm foods, you're balancing and you're pacifying Vata. If you have unctuous foods, a little bit of fat in them, again, it's going to warm you, it's going to satiate you, it's going to make you feel good. So all liquids must be consumed at room temperature in summertime and then hot in winter. Vatas do well with hot, warm drinks, nut milks, any kind of dairy is okay for Vata. Spice it up a little bit of ginger, a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of black pepper, a little bit of cayenne. Those warming spices are going to increase circulation. Ginger tea is the best kind of tea that you could drink. Just buy yourself some fresh ginger, peel it with a spoon, grate it, make some tea. You will never have cold fingers or cold toes again, and it's going to warm you up on the inside. And once again, if you feel warm on the inside, life is amazing. We've got to warm you guys up. And then, lastly, I would say that oil. So I talked about taking oil internally. So not only, Vata is the one dosha that does well with fat. So nuts are your friend. You can make like nut milks. But things like almonds, cashews, walnuts, pine nuts, macadamias. This is good food for Vata because they're oily, because they're unctuous. And I was going to say that we in Ayurveda we have a oil application which is called Abhyanga, and Abhyanga is placing oil all over the body. And I am going to do a separate video on this, but again, oil pacifies Vata. Oil nourishes Vata. Oil has a lovely calming effect on the nervous system. So application of warm oil on the body, think about this for a minute. Application of warm oil on the body. So you sit in the bathroom, you put the oil on, you have the heater on in winter, it soaks into your skin, and then you rinse it off. And now you've placed on your skin, not only are you going to have amazingly soft, unctuous, gorgeous skin, but you're putting good stuff on your body as opposed to lotions with chemicals in it. So let me go and summarize. How do we treat Vata? Warm, warm, and warm. I cannot overemphasize. Everything must be warm. All food must be cooked. Raw food is not for you. Cold food is not for you. Ice drinks are not for you. Sometimes in summertime, but generally speaking, warm, 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 regularity. We need to create a container and, take some fat in. Just lubricate everything up and you're going to be a happy camper. See you next time. Bye.